there is a reason to believe that a person can get addicted to this type of high.
What? Cicero, you cannot tell me what to say! Yeah, you did. I'm not gonna fucking listen to it. Don't tell me what to fucking say. Go ahead, cuff me. Beat me all you want. You cannot tell me what to say.
Out of it. Oh, backing down to me. Shut the fuck up.
I do not need you to tell me what to do.
Don't tell me what to fucking say.
I've never heard the concept or idea of being addicted to a negative emotion. People talk to me about being addicted to dopamine and pleasure and, and all those things, and, like masturbation and sugar, but the thought of being addicted to a negative emotion is
what do people do when they feel an emotion? What do? They rely on something outside of them to make that emotion go away. So whether it's the masturbation or the pornography or the gambling or the shopping or the sugar or the whatever, it's all because they're trying to make that feeling go away. And they're using something outside of them. So then there is some emotion that 75 to 90% of every person that goes to a healthcare facility in the Western world goes in because of psychological or emotional stress. That's 8 or 9 out of 10. And emotional stress and psychological stress are the ones that tend to be the most harmful. Because if it's not T-Rex that's chasing you, but it's your coworker in the next cubicle, what was once very adaptive becomes very maladaptive. And the rush of those adrenal hormones become kind of addictive to people. And they use the problems, they use the conditions in their life to reaffirm their addiction to that emotion. They need their enemy to feel hatred. And if their enemy died, they'd still feel hatred, or they'd find another one. They need the bad relationship, they need the bad job in order to feel, and that's why it's hard to change. And people become addicted to the life they don't even like. And so if you can turn on the stress response just by thought alone, by thinking about your problems, and that's the truth, you can become addicted to your own thoughts. Those familiar emotions, the body starts signaling the brain, of memories, or to think certain ways and to make certain choices, do certain things, crave certain experiences just to feel that same emotion. And many people will tell the story of why they feel that way based on some past experience. And it's usually not in the recent past, it's usually many years ago.
Like a toxic relationship.
How long ago was 9/11? This really sticks in my mind. I asked the year because it was that long ago that you would treat me that way and speak to me that way and just discard people. It was so long ago.
And they'll tell the story of that past. And in psychology, the latest research on memory shows that 50% of that story isn't even the truth. They're making it up because they don't have the same brain as they had then. And so then people are reliving a miserable life they never even had. So what is it? What is that point?
So here's the thing. Think of your feelings like on this vertical scale. And way down here is death or catatonia or something. And then one notch up is depression. And obviously there are degrees of depression, and it's a terrible place to get stuck. And if something you do or some therapy you try helps you go from depression up to anger, that's easy to do. It's actually pretty easy to get somebody angry. And it feels good at first because it gets you off the bottom of depression. When you're hovering at the bottom of the emotional scale, anger and rage are a step in the right direction. But it's a mistake to think that anger is the solution. And I think this idea that feeling your feelings is inherently constructive is just not true. There's a time when we need to get in touch with our feelings and a time to be angry, but if anger isn't transformed pretty quickly into some clarity and some peace and some action, it'll just take you right back down the vertical scale, isolated, depressed, and scary for other people to be around.
We see people just humiliating, shaming each other, name-calling, belittling, putting down. And I really think it's because two things. One, it's a really powerful way to discharge anger and pain and discomfort. So I think one, because it feels good.
The human body produces its own heroin. In fact, when the fight or flight instinct is activated in the hypothalamus, your body releases endorphins, dopamine, and norepinephrine. That is heroin, cocaine, and amphetamine, all at once.
Okay, great. Are we having the Afghan version of this conversation where in New York we would have gotten to the point like 5 minutes ago?
There is a reason to believe that a person can get addicted to this type of high.